Hello Pisces, welcome to your September 2023 Astrology Horoscope forecast. Welcome back to my channel. I've been taking a little break and it feels good to be back, Pisces. So before I dive into all the goodies that September has in store for us, a very quick reminder, we have Mercury which still stays retrograde, and I'm recording this video as the retrograde has begun, so let's see how this goes. Mercury is retrograde in Virgo, and even though you may ask, like, what's such a big deal? It goes retrograde at least 4 times in a year, but this time it's in Virgo, and it's there in its own house, and hence the effect gets multiplied tenfold. I've done a specific video for it. I'm going to be linking it up over here for you. It's worth your while to have a look at it. It'll give you a better understanding, more clarity exactly on what's going on around you. But very quickly, we've had a couple of planets that have been retrograde. Retrograde basically means that everything is slows down. There is no clarity. It's either a state of stagnation or there is confusion, and normally communication tends to go all over the place. And the good thing about it is that we are forcibly made to pause, we are made to look at things, we are made to review them, we are encouraged or forced to do the research which earlier we may have ignored. We are forced to look at the fine print. So Mercury is retrograde in your house of marriage, and this is your house of business partnership as well. So Mercury is going to be shedding light on your personal connections. What is it that's working? What is it that is not working? You might experience some communication hiccups while getting your point across. That is one of the most common things that happens as soon as Mercury goes retrograde, and you will also find that it's very hard to finalize plans or to get anything done. Now, during this entire cosmic journey with a retrograde and Mercury happening, I want you to just focus on, or rather give yourself the gift of taking it really slow where it comes to moving your relationships forward. For those of you who are starting a new relationship, not a good time to be committing, not a good time to be over promising or even promising, because in all chances you won't be able to keep them. So take it really slow and easy, and try not to make too many travel plans till about 15th of September. And it's a time, use this retrograde energy to spend some quality time with your partner. Try and also ensure at your workplace that your niceness is not being misunderstood, or that people can just sort of use you or take you for granted. And if should you experience any trouble in your personal relationships, do not jump to conclusions, and lots and lots of patience, Pisces. Now the good news, on the 4th we have Venus that is going direct into your house of work, and this is the house of health. And Venus actually is not very happy being over here, because it's a very functional house. This is a house which has to do with your day-to-day chores, and it has to do with your health. But it may be a period where you need to prioritize your responsibilities. You need to set aside frivolous desires for the time being, and also you need to be taking into consideration if there have been any relationship issues as far as your work is concerned. It's a good time to be sorting those out and sorting them out, and an open communication is going to be a key for it. It's crucial to clearly define and understand exactly as to what your obligations and duties are. Your work scenario does seem to be quite favorable during this time, and also you will have a better understanding of your colleagues. What is it that's expected out of you? You can expect to have quite a harmonious relationship at work during this time. In certain cases, this also speaks about having a love interest at work. It's a great time to be fostering positive relationships at work as well. During this transit, your health also looks quite positive, Pisces. It is However, important to avoid overindulgence. Venus tends to do that, it brings about a lot of excesses, and not also a time to be escaping into fantasy or seeking any kind of a gratification. Instead, try and focus on practical matters as much as possible and attend to your essential needs. We also have Neptune, that is, it's there in your sign, so it can bring about a lot of fog. It can make you want to retreat into your own space, your own self, and actually ignore whatever it is that is going on outside of you. Reflecting on this transit, you may want to ask yourself, how can I effectively balance my pleasure and fun with my responsibility and obligation? And what are the underlying issues that are there in my relationship, and how it is best that I can address them openly and honestly with a lot of empathy and vulnerability, and also how I can enhance my cooperation and understanding in my work environment. This is pretty much, it sums up your entire Venus transit. Now, on the 15th, we have a new moon that is there in your house of marriage and collaboration, business collaboration, and on the 16th, we have Mercury, which is going to be going direct. So as we begin the month, you may find that, of course, till about the 15th, the retrograde energy, things are slowing down, and the highlight this month is around your marriage and around your work partnerships. New moon will give you a window around the 15th. You will find that you are able to have conversations more effortlessly. More so, Mercury is going to be supporting you because it will go direct. You will find maybe a new perspective or a new idea or a new way of looking at your closest relationship and also a work scenario. Maybe there is some more new information that comes your way, something that you were either aware about, but you were not aware about, or it was sort of hidden from you. And now at work you come to know, this more so has to do with your work, that this is what it is, this is what has been sort of transpiring behind the scenes. On the 23rd, we have Sun, which is joining Mars in your 8th house, and this is the house of your partner's income. This speaks about some amount of work or enhancement that is being done in your partner's work scenario. Maybe there is a new project that your partner gets, or maybe there is a sort of an elevation in your partner's income or expansion. And Sun, of course, is going to be bringing about a lot of courage. This is the house of joint resources, finances, sexuality, intimacy, and this also speaks about alimony and divorce. And Sun and Mars over here, of course, are going to be, there could be like a power struggle that you may have been involved in, that what is it that I get on the table, what is it that you get on the table. So it could be like a power play in a couple. You may be trying to sort of put your partner down, and by emphasizing what is it that, or reminding your partner of what is it that you are doing. Mars can make you quite aggressive, while Sun can give about the clarity and transparency, but be careful of what is it that you say, especially where finances are concerned. And Sun and Mars, of course, the combination, it's a wonderful time to be earning more money. It's a great time to be creating more wealth for yourself. It also speaks about a good investment opportunity as well. Good time to be looking at your taxes, good time to be looking at your loans, your EMIs, maybe looking at assets which are not yielding any returns. Good time to be diluting them as well. We close the month on the 29th with a full moon that is there in your house of earned income, and this is also the house of your self-worth. So it can be that a certain project or a job comes to an end. It can be that maybe something that you have been working on for a long time, a project that finishes. And this is also a time where full moons tend to be really emotional because something is coming to fruition, but we also have more clarity. So it can be that you are being forced to accept a certain work instance, it can be that, for some of you, it may be that you're leaving your job, that your job is finishing and you're moving on to another portfolio or to another job. Also, your sense of self-worth also this time, you could be sort of contemplating, you could be looking at your finances and seeing as to how much is it that I need to be earning in order to be feeling secure emotionally. So this entire energy is around how much of money I have in my bank, valuing yourself with the amount of money that you have, which is never a great idea, or your sense of self-worth. You could be feeling, that you either it could be a false sense of security, or there could be this sense of, oh, I need to be creating more wealth in order to be feeling better about myself. It's been a pleasure speaking with you, Pisces. I'll see you again soon, and thank you so much.